The human ship glided through the quiet emptiness of space. Its sleek metal hull reflected the distant light of dying stars. Inside, the crew moved with purpose. Unaware of how important their journey would become, Aaron Lewis, a young engineer, walked down the corridor, checking the panels and monitors. He enjoyed fixing problems and making sure everything ran smoothly. Beside him, Linda Ward, the diplomatic officer, studied the star charts. Her eyes moved quickly, following the path they had set through uncharted regions. She had a calm way about her that reassured the crew, but even she felt a small knot of tension in her stomach. Humans had only recently reached the edge of the galaxy. They had explored their local systems for decades and had built strong ships and technology. But the wider galaxy was still a mystery. Most alien civilizations barely noticed them, thinking humans were small, weak, and slow. But some civilizations remembered the old warnings. Long ago, an ancient council of the galaxy had labeled humans under a category called the Final Protocol. The meaning of this label was secret. Only the highest leaders of the galaxy understood it. They had warned that humans were unpredictable, dangerous in ways no one fully understood. But over time, most species forgot the warning. Humans seemed ordinary. Nothing suggested they were extraordinary. The ship slowed as it approached a strange cluster of planets. The crew gazed out the windows at the vibrant colors of gas giants and icy moons. Some of the planets seemed alive with storms and activity, and the crew took notes and samples. Aaron moved toward the observation deck, where he met Linda. She was leaning over a table, scanning readings from the nearby planets. Her face was calm, but Aaron could see the curiosity in her eyes. "Linda," Aaron said, pointing to a monitor, "look at this. The magnetic field here is unusual. It's stronger than anything we've seen before." Linda nodded. "It's almost like the planet itself is alive. I wonder if there are native creatures we haven't detected yet." Aaron smiled. "Knowing us, we'll probably find out soon enough." Neither of them realized that something beyond the planets was watching them. A distant signal flickered across the Galaxy Council's sensors. It was faint at first, but it carried a unique energy signature, one that had been marked long ago as dangerous. The Council had not expected humans to reach this point. They had assumed humanity would stay small, insignificant, and quiet. But the humans were moving, slowly and steadily, toward the heart of the galaxy. On the Council's massive station, thousands of delegates from hundreds of species gathered. Some were tall and reptilian. Some had shining carapaces, and some seemed like living clouds of energy. The council leader, an ancient being with translucent skin and glowing veins, studied the new readings with a growing sense of unease. His name was Thalor, though few outside the council had heard it. He had served for thousands of years and had never seen a species that caused this much uncertainty. "Send a message to all observers," Thalor said. His voice carried across the council chamber, calm but filled with authority. "Report any movement from the humans immediately. Their energy readings match the final protocol." A young clerk from a distant world hurried to obey. He tapped on his console and activated the network that connected every council outpost. Messages flew across light years. Every observation post began scanning human signals. But humans had no idea the galaxy was watching. Aaron and Linda went about their routine, checking equipment, communicating with the ship, and exploring the strange planets near them. The humans landed on a small rocky moon to gather samples. The surface was cold, covered in jagged stones and icy dust. Aaron stepped out first, his boots crunching on the rocks. He admired the view and tried to imagine the history of this place. Linda followed, carrying a scanner that could detect life and minerals. "Do you think anyone has been here before us?" she asked. Aaron shook his head. "If they have, there's no sign. It's completely untouched." As they moved further, A faint glow appeared in the distance. It pulsed gently, like a heartbeat. Aaron frowned. That's strange. Nothing in our charts shows energy here. Linda approached carefully. Her scanner beeped rapidly, showing an unusual pattern. Aaron, this is not normal. It's almost alive. We should record everything. But stay alert. They carefully collected samples and readings. The energy seemed to respond to their presence, growing slightly stronger when they touched the instruments. Neither realized that this was the first ripple of an effect humans would unknowingly have on the galaxy. Back on the council station, Thalor leaned over his console. The energy readings from the human ship had changed slightly. His translucent veins glowed brighter, showing signs of worry. The humans are more than we thought, he whispered. We may have underestimated them. One of the council's oldest members, a being named Illyra, tilted her head. Her voice was sharp, almost like crystal breaking. We marked them as final protocol for a reason. They are not ordinary. If they continue to evolve, the balance of the galaxy could change. Thalor nodded slowly. We must prepare observation and protection measures. They cannot know the danger yet. Humanity must be watched, or the results could be catastrophic. Meanwhile, Aaron and Linda returned to their ship with the samples. They laughed softly at minor mistakes and joked about how cold the moon was. Their crew admired their teamwork and calm confidence. To the humans, it was just another day of exploration. They had no idea that their simple actions were already altering the thoughts and plans of an entire galaxy. Back in the observation chamber, Linda looked out at a distant nebula. Its colors shifted from red to blue, casting soft lights across her face. Aaron, she said quietly, do you ever wonder what else is out there? What other life forms might be watching us? Aaron smiled faintly. Every day. But I think the real adventure isn't just finding other life. It's finding out what we can do, how far we can go. Humans are small, but maybe that's what makes us interesting. As the ship prepared to leave the moon, a faint ripple of energy passed through space. It was subtle, almost invisible, but it caught the attention of distant machines and life forms alike. Some alien observers shivered, sensing something they could not name. The humans, oblivious, continued on their path. The crew held a small meeting to plan their next steps. Linda outlined the planets they would visit, the samples they hoped to collect, and the areas where caution was needed. Aaron reviewed the engines and systems, ensuring the ship could move quickly if needed. They spoke in simple terms, their plans practical and careful. The humans were logical, but they had a natural curiosity that pushed them forward despite the risks. At the council station, Thalor and Illyra debated quietly. Should we intervene now? Illyra asked. If we delay, the humans may reach a stage we cannot control. Thalor shook his head. Observation is safer. We must understand them before we act. The final protocol is not just a warning. It is a measure to prevent chaos. If humans awaken fully, the galaxy could change in ways we cannot predict. Night fell across the human ship as it drifted through the colorful gas clouds. Stars reflected on the polished surfaces, and the crew settled into their routines. Aaron and Linda stood side by side, looking out at the vast universe. They felt a sense of wonder and hope. They did not know that their presence, their very lives, had triggered events that could alter the galaxy forever. Suddenly, a faint signal appeared on the long-range monitor. It was distant, faint, and unreadable. Aaron frowned. I don't recognize this pattern. It's not any star system we've charted. Linda checked the readings. It's not a planet. It's not natural. Whatever it is, it's watching us. Aaron tightened his grip on the console. We should stay calm and record everything. Let's not jump to conclusions. For a moment, the humans watched the signal silently. Neither moved, both sensing that something important had begun. though they could not see the full picture. Their small ship, full of ordinary humans, floated in a galaxy that was suddenly noticing them in ways no one could explain. In distant halls of the council, alarms flashed. The energy signatures matched patterns from a long-forgotten record. A species had reached the stage of awakening, and humans were the first to do so in the recorded history of the final protocol. Every council member whispered in awe and fear. Back on the ship, Aaron and Linda prepared for the unknown. They checked their instruments, reinforced safety protocols, and maintained a calm front for the crew. They were unaware that in the grand design of the galaxy, their every action, every step, was already changing the balance of power. As the ship moved forward, a quiet thought lingered in the minds of Aaron and Linda. The universe was vast, full of mysteries, and humans were only beginning to understand their place within it. They did not know that their curiosity, courage, and simple determination would soon make them central figures in a story that would shake the foundations of the galaxy forever. The human ship continued its journey through the uncharted region of space. Aaron and Linda moved through the corridors, checking equipment and making sure the crew remained alert. Every member of the team felt the thrill of exploration. Even though the galaxy seemed quiet, they could sense something unusual around them. The stars appeared brighter, the void deeper, and occasionally, strange signals flickered across their instruments. Aaron paused at a console, tapping buttons to analyze the readings. "Linda, look at this," he said, pointing to the screen. "There's a fluctuation in the energy field around the planets we just passed. It's small, but consistent." Linda leaned over, studying the data. "It's like the planets are alive in some way. Not like life we know. It's more energy-based. Maybe sentient." She frowned. "Or it's reacting to us. Could humans be affecting it somehow?" Aaron shook his head, but he did not dismiss the idea entirely. Humans had traveled far, and they had adapted to strange environments before. But he had never seen anything like this. He began to run more tests, adjusting the ship's sensors to detect subtle energy changes in the surrounding space. Meanwhile, outside the ship, the galaxy was not silent. Far away, the council had gathered again. Every alien delegate watched the readings with concern. Thalor, the ancient council leader, paced slowly in front of the observation window. His translucent skin glowed faintly, and the veins across his arms pulsed with a nervous rhythm. "They are moving faster than expected," Thalor said to Elira, who stood beside him. "The humans are reaching regions we thought would remain empty for decades. Their energy readings are increasing, and it is not normal. It is unstable." Elira's voice was sharp, almost like glass. "Unstable is dangerous. If they continue, their influence may reach levels that affect entire systems. We marked them as final protocol for a reason. The galaxy should fear them, or at least respect the warning." Thalor nodded. "We can observe, but we cannot interfere yet. They must discover their own strength. If we act too soon, we may trigger events that we cannot control." Back on the human ship, Aaron and Linda prepared to land on another planet in the cluster. The planet was rocky, with jagged mountains and a thin atmosphere. The crew suited up and walked across the surface, collecting mineral samples and analyzing readings. Aaron's boots crunched on the sharp rocks, and Linda moved carefully beside him. "This planet is strange," Linda said. "There is a faint hum coming from the surface. Can you hear it?" Aaron listened for a moment. "I do. It's like a vibration through the ground. Maybe the planet is alive in ways we can't understand." As they explored, the hum grew stronger near a deep canyon. The walls of the canyon glimmered with strange minerals, reflecting the light of their flashlights. Aaron scanned the rocks with his portable analyzer. The readings were unusual. These minerals, they contain energy patterns that are not natural. Something here has created them, but I can't tell what. Linda moved closer to the edge of the canyon. Careful, Aaron. We don't know what's down there. But I think we should record everything. This could be important. Aaron nodded. Agreed. Let's take samples, measure the energy, and move back to the ship. They worked quickly, collecting minerals and analyzing data. As they did, Aaron felt a faint pulse inside himself, almost like a heartbeat that matched the vibration of the canyon. He paused and placed his hand on the glowing rock. A sudden warmth spread through him. The energy was subtle, but it felt connected to him in a way he could not explain. Linda noticed. Aaron? Are you okay? I feel something, he said slowly. It's strange, but not painful. Almost like recognition. Linda frowned. Recognition? You mean like the planet knows you? Ma. Aaron shrugged. I don't know. I just feel it. Like it's responding to us. Back at the council station, alarms rang softly. Alien observers had detected the faint pulse of energy coming from the human ship. Elira gasped, stepping closer to the readings. They are interacting with the environment in ways no species should. The energy, it is responding to them. This confirms it. Humans are not ordinary. Thalor nodded gravely. Prepare all observation stations. Track every movement. The final protocol was meant to warn us. Humans are awakening faster than we predicted. If this continues, the galaxy may face a force it is not ready to confront. Meanwhile, the humans return to their ship with the samples. The crew worked to secure everything and prepare for the next leg of their journey. Aaron could not shake the feeling that something had changed. The pulse he felt on the planet lingered inside him, faint but persistent. Linda noticed his quiet distraction. You're thinking about the energy, aren't you? She asked. Aaron nodded slowly. Yes. It's not just the planet. I feel something bigger. Something I can't explain yet. Linda studied him. We should keep records. If this energy grows, we need to understand it. It may help us survive out here. Aaron agreed. The crew moved forward, unaware of how their simple actions were being monitored across the galaxy. Alien sensors tracked their energy signatures, and every council member whispered with worry. Humans were small and ordinary in appearance, but the energy they carried was unlike anything seen before. As the ship traveled, strange signals appeared intermittently on their long-range monitors. Aaron and Linda attempted to decode them, but the patterns were unlike any language or technology they had encountered. It was as if the signals themselves were alive, responding to the humans' presence. This is getting stranger by the hour, Aaron said. Whatever is sending these signals, it's not trying to communicate in a normal way. It's watching. Linda nodded. We have to be careful. We can't know if it's friendly or hostile. Suddenly, a bright flash appeared in the distance, illuminating the darkness of space. The crew watched in awe as a massive shape moved across the stars. It was a warship, unlike any human design. Its surface gleamed with black metal, and strange energy patterns pulsed along its hull. Aaron gasped. What is that? Linda stared. I don't know. But it's huge. And it's moving toward us. The ship's sensors picked up the energy reading. It was powerful, but when the human's own energy signature was detected, the warship hesitated. The alien ship's systems scanned the human ship repeatedly, trying to understand what they were seeing. Something about the humans caused confusion. The energy they carried was not just unique, it was dangerous, even to a machine designed to consume planets. Aaron and Linda exchanged worried glances. We need to stay calm, Linda said. Keep monitoring the ship. We don't know its intentions yet. The alien warship slowly changed course, maintaining a cautious distance. The humans could feel its presence, a sense of threat, but also an unusual hesitation. Aaron's pulse quickened. He felt a strange connection, as if the energy inside him recognized the alien force and responded instinctively. "Linda," Aaron said quietly, "I think it's reacting to me, or maybe to all of us. I can't explain it, but it's like the energy we carry is changing something." Linda nodded slowly. "We need to focus. Whatever happens, we stay together and keep the crew safe." Back at the council station, Thalor and Elira watched in silence. The readings confirmed their worst fears. Humans were not just a curious species. They were awakening in ways that could alter the balance of the galaxy. Every pulse of energy, every movement, was a sign that the final protocol was real. "They are evolving too quickly," Elira whispered. "If this continues, no machine, no army, no species will be able to contain them." Thalor's eyes glowed faintly. "We have observed for centuries, but it seems we have underestimated them. Humans were marked for a reason. The galaxy may not be ready for what is coming." On the human ship, Aaron and Linda worked tirelessly to understand their new reality. The crew looked to them for guidance, unaware that the humans' natural instincts were already shaping events across the galaxy. They did not know that every step they took, every pulse of energy they emitted, was being recorded by alien observers, catalogued, and analyzed. As night fell across the stars, Aaron stood on the observation deck, looking out at the vast expanse. The universe was more alive than he had ever imagined. He felt a mixture of fear and excitement, knowing that something big was beginning, even if he could not see it fully. Linda joined him, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Aaron, whatever happens, we face it together. We don't know what the future holds, but we will move forward as humans always do. Curious, brave, and determined." Aaron nodded. "You're right. We may be small, but we have something no one else has. We just have to discover how to use it." The ship continued its journey through the stars. Unknown to the humans, distant observers whispered warnings and debated action. Humans were no longer ordinary. The final protocol was real, and the universe had begun to take notice. The first stirrings of human potential had awakened, and the galaxy was about to understand that the species it had ignored for centuries might be more powerful than any had imagined. The human ship moved through space, carrying Aaron, Linda, and their crew into regions that had never been charted by any species. The stars stretched endlessly, distant suns casting faint light across the ship's metal hull. The crew had grown used to the quiet of space, but the strange signals they had detected earlier kept them alert. Every sensor beeped, and every faint pulse of energy felt like a warning. Aaron walked along the corridor, checking the instruments again. "Something is not right," he said quietly to Linda, who was beside him. "The signals we picked up are getting stronger. They are not random, they are focused on us." Linda frowned. "Do you think it's a species? Or some kind of machine?" "I don't know," Aaron admitted. "But whatever it is, it's not attacking, yet. I think it's studying us." They reached the observation deck, looking out at the darkness. A shape emerged far ahead, a massive fleet of ships, enormous and alien, moving with precision and speed that humans had never built. The lead ship glowed with dark energy, its hull reflecting the faint starlight. The humans had seen warships before, but nothing like this. These vessels were machines, built for destruction. Linda's voice was calm but serious. "Aaron, I think we've found the source of the signals. Those ships, they are coming toward us." Aaron swallowed hard. "We can't outrun them. Our engines are fast, but there's too many of them. We need a plan." The crew moved quickly, following procedures they had practiced for emergencies. Aaron ran calculations on the navigation console. "We can try to move to the edge of the system, use the gravity of the planets to bend our path. It's risky, but it may give us a chance." Linda nodded. "Do it," Keep everyone ready. We may need to defend ourselves. The human ship changed course, weaving past asteroids and small moons. The massive fleet pursued them, moving in perfect formation. The machines scanned the ship constantly, sensing the energy signature of the humans on board. Something about that energy caused hesitation in the machines. They slowed slightly, as if unsure what to do next. Aaron noticed the change. "They're reacting to us," he said, his voice tense. "Something about our energy. It's confusing them." Linda leaned over the console. "We need to keep them confused. If they can't understand what we are, maybe we can survive long enough to reach safety." The humans moved carefully, using their knowledge of space and strategy to stay ahead. But the fleet was relentless. Every few minutes, beams of energy fired toward the ship, trying to disable it. Aaron watched the readings, calculating deflections. To his surprise, the energy from the beams weakened as they approached. It was as if the humans themselves were disrupting the attacks. "What is happening?" one crew member whispered. Aaron's eyes widened. "I don't know. I feel it too. The energy inside me. It's changing how the attacks work. I don't understand it, but it's protecting us." Linda placed a hand on his shoulder. "We have to trust it. Whatever this is, we may not have another chance." The fleet continued to approach, and the humans prepared for a direct encounter. As the first wave of massive energy beams shot toward the ship, Aaron felt a pulse deep inside him. The energy spread through his body and out into the ship's systems. The beams dissolved before reaching them, scattering harmlessly into space. Linda stared in shock. "Aaron, what did you do?" "I didn't do anything," he said, breathing heavily. "It just happened. I think it's connected to the energy we felt before. On the planets and the signals. It's like it's waking up inside us." The crew watched as the fleet hesitated again. The machines analyzed their readings, but the humans' energy signature was unpredictable. Every calculation the machines made failed. The humans were not like any species they had encountered. Aaron and Linda realized that the humans' presence alone was changing the battle. They could not fire weapons, but they could survive the attacks. They moved the ship carefully, learning how their energy affected the fleet. Every decision they made was instinctive, guided by a force they did not fully understand. On the council station, Thalor and Elira observed the situation with growing fear. "They are fighting without weapons, and yet they are surviving," Elira said. "The humans. They are awakening. The final protocol was meant to warn us, and now it is too late. They are more than we imagined." "End," Thalor nodded. "Prepare all observation points. Record everything. If they can survive this fleet, it confirms the prophecy. Humans are no ordinary species. The galaxy must learn this truth before it is too late." Back on the human ship, the crew realized that the fleet was pulling back slightly, trying to understand the humans' strange resistance. Aaron felt the energy inside him grow stronger. Each pulse made him feel more aware of space, the ship, and even the alien vessels. He could sense their movement as if he were part of the cosmos itself. Linda noticed the change. "Aaron, be careful. If this energy grows too fast, it could overwhelm us. But maybe we can use it to stop them." Aaron nodded. "I think we have to. I don't know how, but I can feel it. It's responding to me, to us. We just need to focus." The fleet launched a second attack, more coordinated and faster than the first. Aaron placed his hands on the ship's controls and felt the pulse of energy flow through the hull. The beams bent and twisted in midair, scattering harmlessly. The crew gasped in amazement. It was as if the humans had become a shield, using their very presence to control the flow of energy. Linda shouted instructions, guiding the crew through the chaos. "Keep moving. Use the planets and asteroids. Stay close to the gravitational pull. We can't let them surround us." The humans maneuvered skillfully, using instinct, strategy, and the strange energy to avoid destruction. Every time a beam approached, it faltered. Every time a wave of ships tried to close in, they found their path blocked by something invisible but powerful. Aaron's heart raced. He could feel the connection to Linda, to the crew, and to the ship. It was as if their combined presence amplified the energy, making them stronger than they had ever imagined. He looked at the fleet and realized that their weapons were useless. The humans themselves were becoming the shield and the weapon. "Linda," Aaron said, his voice calm but determined. "We need to push forward. We can't run forever. If we use this energy right, we can survive, and maybe even turn the battle around." Linda nodded. "We do it together. We keep the crew safe. We trust ourselves." The humans moved as one. Aaron focused on the energy inside him, guiding it through the ship and out into the space around them. Beams bent, ships faltered, and the fleet began to scatter, unsure how to deal with this new force. The humans were small, unarmed, and ordinary in appearance. But the galaxy had never seen a species capable of this. The crew cheered quietly, feeling hope for the first time since the fleet appeared. They had survived impossible attacks. They had learned that something inside them, something they did not fully understand, was stronger than the machines of the galaxy. Aaron and Linda stood together on the observation deck, looking at the retreating fleet. Their eyes met, and they knew that their lives had changed forever. They had tapped into a power that no species had ever seen, a force that would mark humans as something extraordinary. Back at the council station, Thalor and Illyra recorded every moment. "The humans have survived the fleet," Illyra said, her voice filled with awe. "They are beyond our understanding. We underestimated them for too long." Thalor's expression was grave. "The final protocol warned us for centuries, and now we see the reason. Humans are not ordinary. The galaxy may never be the same again." As the human ship moved forward, Aaron felt the energy settle slightly, though he knew it was only the beginning. Linda placed her hand on his shoulder. "Aaron, we've survived. But I think this is just the start. The galaxy will not forget us now." Aaron nodded. "I know, and we are ready. Humans may be small, but we are not weak. We will face whatever comes, together." The stars stretched endlessly ahead, and the humans moved forward, aware that their awakening had begun. They had survived impossible odds, and the galaxy had finally noticed. What came next would test them more than anything they had faced before. But Aaron, Linda, and their crew were ready to face it. The final protocol was no longer just a warning. It was a reality. And the humans were living proof. The universe had awakened to humans, and nothing would ever be the same.